Welcome to part 1 in our video series on getting started fast with Salon Studio CRM. In this video, we're going to cover logging onto Salon Studio with your username and your password. But before we get started and actually open up the software, there's one thing that you have to do. You have to make sure that your laptop or your PC is connected to the internet. I also want to tell you that it doesn't matter what kind of internet connectivity you're using. It doesn't matter if you're using 3G, wireless, ADSL, or even dial-up. It doesn't matter if you're using MWeb, Telkom, MTN, or Vodacom. The key thing is you have to connect to the internet before you can open up Salon Studio CRM. Now the reason for this is very simple. It has to do with security, but all of this will be explained to you at your full day of customer relationship management training. However, for now, let's get going and let's open up the software. I want you to find the Salon Studio icon on your desktop. I've positioned mine over here so that it's very easy to see and everybody can find it. So to open up the software, take your mouse and left click on it twice with your mouse button. After a few seconds, a login window will pop up, as you can see on my desktop now, and Salon Studio is going to ask you for your username and your password before you can log in. Now before we fill in my username and password, you need to know that your spelling needs to be 110% correct, and if any of the letters in your username or password have been capitalized, make sure that you put them in a capital format. Your username and your password should have been given to you during your basic training and installation, and in most instances you would have chosen your username and password yourself. Keep it secret and keep it safe. Don't give it out to everybody. So take your mouse and click here where it says username. I'm going to put in my username, which actually happens to be Vaughn. I'm going to hit the tab button, or I can take my mouse and click next to the password field, and I'm going to put in my password. I'm keeping that one secret. Once you've put in your username and your password, there's one other thing that you have to do. I want you to click on this drop down arrow over here. Once you click on that drop down arrow, you'll see a menu, and you'll see Salon Management Studio, Company, Salon Studio CRM, and then you'll see a little yellow folder called Data. Now don't click on the data folder. In order to open up the data folder, I want you to click on the little plus sign next to data. Just click on it once. When you do that, another menu will open up, and you will see that your data is stored underneath the data folder. Now, when we install Salon Studio on your system, we normally name your database after the salon or after the business owner. So if your salon is Salon ABC, you'll most likely see a folder there saying Salon ABC data. So find your data. There's mine over there, the spa data, and double click on it. Once you've double clicked on it, you'll see that the company line is highlighted like this in blue. Before you log in and hit that button over there, I want you to tick the box that says remember. If you do that, you won't have to find your Salon Studio database again. We're just trying to make things faster and easier for you. Once you've clicked on the remember button, make sure you connect it to the internet and then click login. When you log in, you'll see a blue splash screen will appear with the Pi Industries logo. Right now, Salon Studio is connecting to our server via the internet. Once Salon Studio opens up, this is the screen that you're going to see. Obviously, the internet page that you can see over here where my mouse is, that page will change all the time, but this is the opening screen that you'll see every time you come into Salon Management Studio. Now, I just want to stop and tell you that once you've opened up Salon Studio, if you want, you can disconnect from the internet. But we do recommend leave the internet on. Salon Studio is not going to eat up your bandwidth. In fact, we've actually done the scientific calculations, and we've worked out that for Salon Studio to do any kind of dent to your bandwidth, you need to be sending out about 6,000 SMSs every single month. So if you want, you can disconnect from the internet, but if you do disconnect, you must realize you can't surf the website, you can't send and receive messages, and you can't purchase more SMSs. That's it for video 1. In video 2, we're going to talk about the navigator button and how easy it is to use Salon Management Studio.